Hello, David Judge here and welcome. And in today's video, we're going to cover a really important question. How much should I pay a VA and or outsourcer? But first of all, seriously, I can't record the entire video with this sort of heavy music. I mean, I know it's a really touchy subject and important to cover, but can't we have something a little bit lighter? Yeah, okay, cool. That was a lot better. Okay, so now that we've covered off the music, this is actually a subject which is really close to my heart, and it sort of frustrates me when I speak to people that tell me that they can get a VA for peanuts that can perform amazing tasks at an MBA level. It frustrates me. And this is why I think it's important to cover this idea in a little more detail and the concept of getting what you pay for, yeah? Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in. Now, everybody loves a bargain, and when I think back at the beginning of my outsourcing journey, I'd have to admit that that was actually my approach to it. Now, I would employ people all over the globe, looking for the person that could get the work done for me at the best and cheapest price. Now, my first bad experience, was years ago when I was actually looking at getting social interactions for a client's Facebook account. Now, I found a guy that actually promised to build 1,000 genuine likes for me, and I was excited at what that would result in from an interactions perspective, and how the business would be happy and how the client would be happy. Now, 4 days later, the task was complete and the client saw the increase, and they were happy until they looked at the analytics of the account and they saw that all of the likes were from Bangladesh, which then made them delve in deeper, and they saw all of the accounts were fake people. Now, to top it off, it gets better, is that 5 days later, Facebook suspended the page and I lost my client. And when I say I lost my client, they were paying me a nice amount of money for a number of different services. So they cost me directly in my hip pocket. And I thought to myself, after sitting there and having a stiff drink, I thought to myself, what do I expect? I mean, I'm getting what I paid for. Now, after that, it actually took me a few more hard lessons just like this one, and I realized this is actually affecting the reliability, the image and branding, and the consistency of my business. Now, I could keep going on here with different examples of clients that have come back through to me that have had this style of VA and the sort of damage it's done to their business and reputation. But what I want to do is I want to move on to, and I want to explain why this keeps happening to them and why it kept happening to me. And I've actually leveled these into 3 issues or 3 reasons that happen with consistency. The first reason is the right skills. Now, people would actually say they could complete the job, but they didn't follow the process that I'd set in there, or they didn't actually have the skill level, and they didn't complete it to my spec. Now, this actually directly impacted how I looked, and also the people that talk to me about the issues they have. This directly impacts how they look with their clients. Now, also, due to some of the cultural differences, for example, I had a person once post something totally inappropriate of a sexual nature, and when I contacted them and I said, hey, what are you doing? Why are you putting that on there on their Facebook account? They said, oh, well, we figured in Australia, you guys live a little bit of a looser, freer lifestyle, so we thought that sort of thing would be acceptable. I thought, really? Seriously? So that's the first reason. Skill set. Second reason, constant power. Now, issues with power losses, which can actually impact on your ability to deliver with consistency and on time with your clients. And the third reason, which is actually a follow-on from the second, is issues with internet. Same deal. The same deal as constant power, specifically if you don't have a backup internet connection, which you won't get if you're paying a person peanuts. Now, these 3 areas really hit home with me, and I certainly knew that I could find people at cheap prices, but I realized the quality of the person that I was going to get was going to be a reflection on the nature of my business and the business that I ran. Now, this relates to all different types of businesses, and it relates to all different types of tasks, from data entry to managing your website to social media. And I'm telling you, I could tell you a few different stories on things that have gone wrong for clients beforehand that come into these different areas. So, what was the result for me after I figured this out? I realized the more time I invested in getting people and setting up an infrastructure, including power and internet, meant that I could get a more reliable person that will become an incredibly valuable member of my business and my team. Now, we're talking people that are better, smarter, and more efficient than I am, more efficient than I am, which means I can confidently delegate and know that the job will get done. Right now, as we speak, I know there are people that are working for me, doing work and performing tasks that I could be doing, but they're doing it better than I am. and it frees up my time to be talking to you guys. So does this cost more than $2 an hour? Heck yeah. But here's the thing, and here's how I look at outsourcing. I don't compare my team and the clients that I get VAs for with $2 outsources. I compare them to a person that I'll be paying 3 times the price for locally, that are skilled in their area, that my outsourcers are just as good, more educated, constantly upskilled, and they're damn loyal. So the answer to the question is 1/3 of the price you'd be paying for a person to do it locally. Now, sure, this costs more, but in my mind, there is no comparison. Now, last question I have for you. How often do you buy from a bargain basement shop, and what do you think and expect of the quality you're going to get when you buy from there? Now, ask yourself, how does this apply to your business, and what sort of results do you want to achieve? Okay, cool. Let's wrap up, Let's wrap up and talk about what's next on the menu for us to discuss. And this is an extension of how much you pay for a VA and really supports people locally. In the next video, I'm going to talk about whether or not outsourcing and VAs is destroying our local economy. A really intense subject and a question that I've discussed and answered many times. And I have some amazing results for you that actually show you that it's the exact opposite and actually helps local businesses grow. So great. Okay, now, as per usual, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer or you'd like to get in contact with me, make sure you shoot me through a message because I'd love to hear from you. Okay, thank you for listening to my video today. And as always, this is David Judge talking about outsourcing and showing businesses how they can get more done, keep their costs down, and enjoy their life.